What's going on, everybody? Yes, I did get a haircut in between recordings. Peter here, and this is more Castlevania Nocturne. Last time, Maria and Tera just sort of left. Maria went with her. Tera took her. I don't really know what's going on there. Tera remains to be a complete surprise and mystery in this. I really didn't think that this would be where she would go at all. I'm loving it. I just have no idea where it's going. Olrox and Mizrak are back together, sort of. Olrox saved Mizrak again, and I guess maybe now they're just gonna be hanging out. I don't know. Annette is, I don't know. I have no idea what's going on there. This whole sort of her seeing spirits leaking into the real world. I don't know how to interpret what's happening with her at all. I love that her power base is kind of really in tune with the culture, it seems. Again, I'm a bit ignorant of that, and it's cool. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know why she saw a weird monster, why she's now seeing things just walking around, why they're dead or dying. Drolta is being hot. She's just around being hot, doing hot girl stuff, as you do when you have goat legs. Anyway, let's get back into it. This is the Widow's Window.
Goddess of 10,000 names. Lady of life. Lady of terror.
Oh, this is Erzsebet showing up? Are they just cool with her being a vampire? I guess so.
If we have to, we try again.
Wait, she has pointy ears. Are they all vampires?
As it was in the beginning of time, when the furnace of her breath created the desert, so be it now.
Why does Drolta get cool eyes as a vampire? That seems unfair. Should she like turn them all into vampires?
Come, ceaseless night. Fill our hearts with joy.
Or they're just drinking the blood of Sekhmet?
It takes strength to be her sacred vessel.
I don't necessarily know if that's a vampire or something else.
Can you feel the goddess in you?
Jesus Christ! So what? Is it just that she couldn't handle it? Like she's not strong enough of a vessel to contain it? Is that the idea? We're getting a lot more Drolta stuff than I really ever thought we would have.
You couldn't have saved them.
I don't only pick the fights I can win.
Then you're a fool.
No. I'm just not an animal.
Come on, man.
I've seen enough too, Olrox. Enough to know that some things are worth dying for, and some things are not.
I love the shot composition there. Also, I still don't know if I'm over the fact that they could be out during the day and just in casual shade. That seems strange.
You made this for me. I used to stare at it when I had trouble sleeping and imagine all the birds taking flight. I'd tell myself stories about the places they'd go. The sun is setting fast.
Are we in their house? Is this just their house? Or are they somewhere else?
The National Guard. All of them. Who could have done this? Vampires.
Not in the daylight.
I like she's just completely stone-faced. She has no emotion on her face whatsoever.
Thanks to him.
Look at the designs of some of these monsters is outrageous. It's really cool. I'm just shocked that they're just so creative for just random things.
I was born 3 times. The second time a vampire.
What is going on with this? She's like made of glass? What is happening? they're just throwing stuff at me so fast. What is this guy?
It's okay, it was just a dream.
Are those dreams too?
Nope. Very much nope.
Don't have time for distractions.
But there are people in that village. They'll be killed if you don't help them.
Rescue every distressed villager. Erzsebet will rule the whole country before we have half a chance to stop her.
It makes sense, but also Alucard's done things like this before. We've literally seen him do it. God, that's not traumatizing at all. Jesus.
Anyone ever tell you not to torment your food?
He loves talking trash during fights. That's like his favorite thing to do. Why does it look so good? Every fight scene, they go so hard for no reason in every single fight scene. That was like 15 seconds.
Giving our destination away. I was just...
Showing off, as usual.
I'm sorry. It was stupid. I wasn't thinking.
No, you weren't. You don't.
It's correct, he really doesn't.
Hey, thank you.
I mean, he's all fight, no brains, so... So if you... So is this different than what a night creature is at this point?
I am a new and glorious thing. What were you?
When I sang, people loved me. They whistled and cheered and threw coins at my feet. But the world is dark and cruel.
And full of terrors.
Missionary army.
Yes. To purge the world of monsters.
Is it just a narrative reason why we get, like, weird goat fish thing back there? And then, like, beautiful glass lady? Is there, like, a rationale behind that? Hello, suspicious fox. What are we doing? Like, what is Tera's goal in this? What are we doing? Don't like that.
I look different when I'm angry. Do I draw them from somewhere else?
That's the most emotion that she's shown in her face right there. She looks happy.
Maybe I'm making monsters. Like my father.
None of this is your fault. It was my job to keep you safe, and I'd do it again 1,000 times. I taught you that magic is subtle as a blade. It's two sides.
It can be used for survival or slaughter.
Doesn't seem like a good thing to be doing. So they're dark when she's so it's all based on her emotions. That's interesting. We definitely didn't know that before.
Alucard is on his way to Paris. I'll leave soon.
This guy. This guy.
Soon, Sekhmet will be whole again.
And I will be whole.
Excuse me, I'm also here.
He's hoping for a reward.
That just means he gets murdered. He actually gets, I mean, sort of a reward.
Hail, Keeper of Light, Mother of the Dead.
He always shows up with such swag.
Once again, I find myself wondering where you've been. And it occurs to me, Olrox, that you have done no such thing.
Ooh.
We sacrificed all we had to serve Erzsebet. What have you ever sacrificed, Olrox?
Oh, this, oh.
If you love me, Olrox, you can wear it on your face.
Don't like this. You're going really far for this, friend. Don't like that. They're really building up Olrox just having this moment at some point where he's just gonna go crazy.
What are you doing here, Miss Reck?
I'm here to say that it's not too late, Emmanuel. To remind you that even at the final hour, the thief repented and was forgiven.
Barter back my soul.
I mean, you could do something, man.
The man I knew was never afraid to die.
You wouldn't question me if you glimpsed what I have of the other side.
Because you plan to use the night creatures to kill Erzsebet.
As now I've seen,
I mean,
she could crush them with an open
yeah, I mean, it's not really gonna do anything, but you still have to do something. You could take them and just leave, man.
God, I could use hell's weapons to fight for heaven.
That's a trap a lot of people fall into. Edouard's kind of just doing what he should be doing. That's kind of what's happening. He's just uniting them as a group, and he's just kind of waxing and waning between doing something and being a bitch.
I remember how scared I was of what I might draw out.
I've sensed that fear many times. It's been holding you back.
Creatures that want to get out.
But they're not demons or anything, right? It's just other things, like spirits or something? Like, where is she drawing them from? It doesn't seem good. It looks cool as heck.
You'll never control it if you fear it.
This is so cool. What a cool way to expand and understand her powers. I don't exactly like the implications that
Control it like I do with my birds. I need to harness some part of it.
This is sort of a dark thing.
Be more like it. Predatory. Deadly.
I don't really know what Tera's goal is here. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh.
She's not like them!
I've seen hundreds of vampires in my life, and they're all the same.
Jeez. The finger. That's so sick. That's so cool. Oh, the hand. That was neat.
I'm sorry. I don't want to kill you.
Is she good? I'm so conflicted. Like, is she legitimately just trying to help Maria, like, get stronger?
National Guard. He needs to be stopped.
That's a night creature too.
I mean,
Drolta.
Yep.
Where's Maria?
Flying away, apparently.
She's going to the Abbey. Just go after her.
We didn't notice her just summon a bird and leave.
She's going to kill her father.
There's so much happening in this episode. Like, I don't have time to compute all of it.
We're so close now to everything we've ever wanted.
I kind of like that. Oh, he's like a derpy Ghidorah thing. I like that guy. That guy right there. I kind of liked his derpy little expression.
Is Paris always like this? I can feel the tension.
Something's about to happen.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is an infamous thing that they did do.
Not anymore.
Which Louis is it? I've lost count.
I'm all for beheading vampire aristos. I mean, people who are actually evil. But isn't this going a little far?
It's not about good kings or bad kings. No one can reign innocently. This is the cost. This is the way we let change in.
It's a point.
And tell me you're a royalist too.
I'm a realist, but I'm also very old. Start with hope and end with bloodshed. Or they start with bloodshed An end with bloodshed.
Like, is he there because of the beheading, or? I guess so. What? A lot was going on in this episode. Sorry, I wanted to make commentary about things, but then other things would be happening, and I like, wow. Okay, where do I want to start? Maria, right? This is kind of the big one for me right now. What is the deal? Tera is trying to, you know, give her a power-up in a bit of a dark magic way. They frame Tera as being really sinister, and like this is sort of a thing that she's manipulating Maria to do, but she does care about Maria, right? Like, she is doing this, I think, to let Maria power up. You know, it's the other side of the coin, because it's all of her powers are based on her emotions, apparently. And so when she's happy and hopeful and courageous, I'm assuming it's, you know, the turtle and the little cat and the birds and stuff. But is that different? Is it like the same thing? Is like the same space that she's summoning them from? And we're sort of getting this thing, this theme through this season so far of darkness attempting to be used for good. The abbot did all that. Emmanuel did all of that, and that's sort of like the path that Maria's going down too. She's trying to control these darker things to use it for good. Annette is also tapping into the darker side of her powers. I think that's what's happening. They're not explaining it at all. Like, we had them talking about, like, Papa Legbo was just like the gatekeeper and she has to go farther than that, and I don't know what that means. It doesn't really seem related to her earth-bending powers, I don't think, but where is it gonna go? What is all this? It's like drawing her in now. And then we have the actual night creatures, like Edouard and now the revolutionary lady, the glass lady, where they're finding their humanity despite the fact they're being literally created through dark magic. They're still trying to be human or exist in that way. At least Edouard is. I don't know about this other glass person. I'm just wondering if there's like a special trait that, or something that you have that allows you to more retain yourself. Because we've seen a few other night creatures talk before. Edouard is an enigma here. I don't know. I'm really expecting that to pay off somehow. It kind of did last time because Edouard saves Annette, but he doesn't really do anything, right? Like, he kind of convinces the other night creatures to turn on, like his ally night creatures to turn on the Erzsebet night creatures, right? And so that's kind of where I'm anticipating this going. It definitely seems that way because the glass lady is like a French revolutionary, and her thing that she said is like she's here to protect the world from monsters and stuff like that. So I'm assuming that that's the direction that that's going to go in. Olrox getting branded. I really felt like something was about to pop off right there, but I'm shocked that he went for it. Whatever they're building up for him, it is going to be next level, I think. There's so much tension in every scene between him and Erzsebet or him and Drolta. I mean, I know why he would do it, because he's trying to secretly help them, but he doesn't want to give himself away because he can't fight Erzsebet. I get that, but man, something's got to give at some point, because we know his backstory. Like, we know how much he gave up. I feel really bad for him. And again, like, Mizrak is just being stubborn. I'm glad we're getting a lot of him in this season. Like, we're kind of... He just kind of shows up at random spots, though, just to give characters things to talk about. But I'm happy that he's around. I'm glad that we're seeing a lot more of these characters, but since there's so many different POVs now, it does feel a little jumpy, because we're going from, like, Richter and Annette and Alucard to Maria to the Abbot to Olrox to Erzsebet. I want more time with each of them in every episode, and I get that that's unfortunately just part of designing the show, because this episode felt really fast-paced, despite it being kind of vibes for a lot of it, except that really dope fight scene. Again, it's like 15 seconds of they don't need to do it that hard, but they do it because it's badass. It's like a lot of just kind of like vibe stuff in this again, but they're giving me so much, like in every scene. Like I'm still processing what I'm looking at before they move to another scene, and then things start happening in that scene that I then have to focus on to process. So I felt like that my commentary during the episode was lacking, because I'm just like still trying to think about stuff, and then I have to I'm like, but now other things on screen are happening. I'm like, what is going on? I'm still thinking about the last thing, and you're throwing me this other thing. More Drolta stuff, that's cool. I'm still shocked that we're getting so much of her in this. I'm wondering where that's gonna go. It must be leading up to, because I said this before, like, it must be leading up to that Erzsebet and Sekhmet are different, right? And Drolta's gonna realize that and obviously side with Sekhmet over Erzsebet once whatever happens that will create that divisiveness between them. Like, that's the only thing I can think of. And I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm not sure why else they would show us those things. I really don't know. Because she's not a character that I feel like we're going to suddenly empathize with because we see her backstory. It just doesn't really work that way. The Tera stuff is really just getting to me. I don't know. Is it that they're framing her in like a sinister way and she's doing good stuff? So they're just sort of baiting us to be like, well, she's up to something, but she's not. She's actually doing good things. And she's struggling to contain this, because obviously she is, like, doesn't want to just kill people. It's got to be that they're just baiting us with her looking evil as hell most of the time, right? Like, this has to be it. They're just making us judge that based on what she's looking like, but she is doing good, right? Like, that has to be it. What does Tera get out of it other than Maria being able to summon theoretically more powerful things? Like, that doesn't do anything other than help Maria. I'm guessing it's just a way for her to get back at Erzsebet, because she just still hates Erzsebet, obviously. There's just so many schemes going around. Whatever Olrox is doing, now we have Tera doing stuff. I don't like Edouard, so there's a lot going on. There's so many gears moving. There's not really a place that I can land on it right now. But once again, the show is beautiful. I mean, just the composition of every shot is flawless. I don't know exactly who would be in charge of that, if that's Mr. Dietz or not. Do more work, do more things, because holy hell, you are knocking it out of the park. It's so good. I'm so glad that they made it work this well. Anyway, I'm again just gonna ramble on forever, because I just want to gush about how good the show looks at any opportunity. But that'll be it for this video, and we're gonna move on probably just right to the next episode, because I can't wait. I can't wait. So I will see you there in the next episode of Castlevania Nocturne. Bye.